or should I say political Sharia. Zamfara State always knows when it will focus and bring Sharia in and when not to. The last time I knew, I think some years ago, when they started that whole issue about Sharia, was when they say someone has stolen and they cut that person's is it arm? No, hand off. How many other people have stolen since? Governors have been found to have stolen a lot. Is there another person whose hands have been stolen? No, they always want to do. It's always about the optics, about the politicalness of it, and of course to let the people tell the people that, oh, they are doing Sharia. That's why whatever suffering that people are suffering, let them get used to it. I'm not surprised with what is happening, and I think I said this a lot. I've said this so many times that what you're going to see now, they're going to be bringing in more and more things and just try to be how do I put the word now, push down on the people just to be able to say that, oh, it is Sharia that they are doing. So somebody converts to Christianity, and is that the problem that Zamfara State has right now? Okay, fine and good. Who has been punished for the number of out of school children? Who has been punished for the children that are roaming about the street, that are hungry, that have not been fed? Who have been punished for not paying child support? Who are the people that have been punished for not, taking care of people within that place? Who are the people that have been punished for destroying the environment and all of that? It's just to sit down and just look for things that are, and just that they will focus on things. Lord have mercy. So she decides to be a Christian, and the question is, I repeat, the question again is, and let her be. It's her choice. Nigeria, it's a secular state, and everybody, and freedom of worship is allowed, and everybody has a right to worship whatever it is that they want to worship. The question that the Zamfara State people should sit down and be asking themselves are, what made this particular girl to decide that she wasn't going to do Islam? What are the things that they have done to make Islam the beautiful thing that it is? Or is it the killings and the whatever? Is that what's supposed to entice our people? There are lots more that are going on. If they've not known, let me tell them something. And I've said this before. There are tweets that I've done. You're busy there out there. When they see things, when people see things, even riots that happen, I always say to people, it's not even about religion. It's about prosperity. On Sundays, when they look at the churches, they see the cars, they see prosperity, and that's why you see there are a lot of Muslims who know the timetable of churches around them more than even the Christians that are there. According to our people, they say Ebomia Larita Saye. Now where soup dey, now they carry plates, they go. Now there they see food, now there they see plates, so they go there. Why don't you sit down and think about all the things that have been done against Islam, the things that are un-Islamic that are being done? What has been done to ensure prosperity within the community? What has been done to ensure children are taken care of? What has been done to ensure that education is there? One of the things foremost in Islam is that children must have their education. How far have you done all of that? How far have you ensured that your child support are being paid? How far have you ensured that welfare is being taken care of? How far have you ensured that leaders do not steal, leaders do not loot? All of these ones, they do what they want to do, they get away with it, and then you have some people who come and they know when to apply their selective Sharia and their biased Sharia and do it in the way that they want to. That's not justice. That's not the way it is. Nigeria is a secular state. So if she has decided that she's not going to be a Muslim, let her be. 22-year-old Zainab to face trial in Sharia court for converting to Christianity risks execution. A 22-year-old woman in Zamfara State, Zainab Muhammadu, is scheduled to appear before a Sharia court this Friday for converting from Islam to Christianity, a case that has sparked outrage over the state's religious liberty in Nigeria. Sources familiar with the situation told reporters that Zainab's only offense was embracing the Christian faith following her encounter with the National Youth Service Corps member, Pastor Samuel, who had been posted to her community. Their connection, grounded in spiritual exchange and mutual respect, reportedly led to Zainab's decision to adopt Christianity. Her arrest came shortly after her family discovered the conversion and alerted local Islamic authorities. Zainab is now facing possible execution under Islamic law for what is regarded as apostasy. And when I talk about Islamic law, so how many parts of the Islamic law has Zamfara State actually done? How many have they really put in place? Or they have the ones that are selective, the ones that are not selective, the ones that are all of that. So how many have you done? This is not just a test of one woman's faith, said a lawyer based in Adamawa who specializes in human rights cases. It is a test of Nigeria's soul, of whether we truly uphold the right to choose one's fate. Legal experts and civil society groups have raised alarm over the trial, describing it as blatant violation of Section 38 of Nigeria's Constitution, which guarantees freedom of religion, thought, and conscience. And the irony of it is that the same way that you see the people celebrating when somebody else converts into Islam, and then they're like, oh, okay, so then why? Let everybody, if you celebrate when they convert to your own religion, then you should also allow others when they're going to convert to the other religion. And where we are in our country, we have laws. Then there's a law. Nigeria is a secular state, and so that has to be respected in its own way. Let individuals face their thing. Let people, when we die, we're gonna go to heavens, we stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let him try us, let him judge us, let him do for us what it is. And this whole selective thing that keeps going on, since this thing right now, you expect that former governors, all the former governors in Zamfara State, they won't even have any hand or leg, because by the time they finish cutting their hand, they should also cut their leg joining, with all the looting and the stealing and whatever that has gone on. You haven't seen any of them, but they know how to apply and selectively, when it suits them, say, oh, it's Sharia. Concerns are growing that the case could be biased, given that Zamfara operates a legal system heavily influenced by Islamic clerics. Multiple advocacy groups are pressing for Zainab's case to be moved to a secular court where her constitutional rights might stand a chance of being upheld. Christian leaders nationwide have called for urgent action both in prayers and in protests, while human rights defenders are mounting pressure on the federal government for immediate intervention. So far, Tinubu's administration has remained silent. Illegitimate administration, by the way. Lawyers close to the case are also exploring legal grounds to challenge the jurisdiction of the Sharia court over a professed Christian. Meanwhile, Pastor Samuel, whose teachings influenced Zainab's conversion, is reportedly under emotional strain and fears for his safety amid growing tension in the area. If he's a copper and there's growing tension in the area, and I think it's mandatory for the NYC, to take him out of that place to ensure that he's secure. That's one thing that absolutely needs to be done, so that you don't have any mob action or some people just taking laws into their hands and doing whatever it is that they want to do. Zainab's fate remains uncertain, but her case has ignited debate over Nigeria's dual legal system, the role of religion in governance, and the growing tension between constitutional law and religious enforcement in the north. Under traditional Islamic rulings, apostasy, known in Arabic as Ridda, is treated as a capital crime, often based on interpretations of hadith, although several Muslim majority countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Sudan have imposed such punishments. Global human rights groups continue to challenge these laws as contrary to universal human dignity and religious autonomy. Many modern Islamic scholars argue that coercion in belief runs counter to the Quran's core message, but in places like Zamfara, the theological debate remains far removed from the courts that still impose death sentences for belief. Like I said earlier, is it about selective Sharia or biased Sharia? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.